talking about holding on to something. This seems like the African tech ecosystem has not seen like a legit. I had to add that word, legit IPO in almost 2 years now, right? And Flutterwave is bringing promises, or it has been showing promises for some few months now. Like Flutterwave IPO now, you people want to do it? Don't you want to do it? What's going on? And yet, it's in the news again that the IPO plans is underway again. So, Shingozim, tell me we are right or
Right
not.
about what?
That Flutterwave is on its way.
I do not. Okay, I want to choose my words carefully. But I do not believe that an IPO is happening anytime soon. Definitely not this year. And will there be an IPO sometime in the future? Possibly. Most likely. That would happen. How long will that take? I cannot tell you because even the people that are in the company probably do not know when that will happen.
Yeah, it's good to hope.
Yeah, it's good to hope, but I find stories like this being recycled in the media a bit annoying. So last year we heard you'll be pushing for an IPO. This year we are hearing you'll be pushing for an IPO. So at some point I'm now asking myself, how long do you want to take? Of course, last year there were a lot of unsavory incidents surrounding Flutterwave. So that would definitely have been the wrongest time, if that's a word, to become or to go public. It would have affected their showing. And that was also a time when there was a VC decline. There was, in fact, basically the global economy was like experiencing some shocks, and that would have been probably a bad time, especially considering they'll probably need to like maintain that unicorn status, maybe go beyond. Last time we heard they were over 3 billion. Yeah, they were worth over $3 billion. Yeah, so I don't know. An IPO would be great for the investors. Maybe for the company too, it would be great. So, I mean, some people have said it's not. Some people are trying to draw parallels with the Jumia IPO, but I think it's an entirely different scenario here. But really, I don't know, if you're going to IPO, just do it.
So, Bolu, do you think like there's anything going on with the company now that is actually signaling that the IPO is closer than it was last year?
Actually, I'd say no, because I mean, obviously, for me, I would say an IPO will definitely happen. Like, well, like Chingozirim said, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
I won't even use the word definitely, because
I
you could get acquired.
I would say definitely, because
a win is a win, an exit is an exit.
Yeah, but that won't be an IPO anymore. So there's always that option.
I mean, nobody knows tomorrow. Let me use that as a caveat. But then, judging by how I'm going to judge by some people that participated in their last funding round. You know, they were like crossover investors, people who invest in startups just before the IPO. So that might be something that will make them push for an IPO faster. But for me, I think the most interesting thing is, after this surface, a lot of people are saying we could be having another tech billionaire very soon. Like GB could become.
I hope the camera did not catch me rolling my eyes.
Yes, it was very interesting when I saw that, and I mean, not all the figures were. I mean, not to trust all the figures, but I think PitchBook said GB's current stake in Flutterwave is worth over $370 million, right? And then someone said, "Oh, maybe he could become a billionaire in the event of an IPO." But then I did some calculations, and I was like, "It's not going to become. He won't become a billionaire." So, what I did was, I'll not bore you with all the mathematics, because even myself, while I was doing it, I slept like 3 times in the middle. But what happened was, I did something called I can't remember the name now, market capitalization calculation, right? So what you do is you try and find out how many outstanding shares, or you do a lot of assumptions, right? So currently the share price, according to notice.co, again, those numbers, if they are not coming directly from the company, especially when it's a private company, you really don't want to trust them too much. But according to them, they said Flutterwave share price is $29 per share, right?
If it IPOs.
Yes, if it's IPO. No, even now, like currently, it's $29.
That's not
right?
publicly traded.
Yes. So to now find the outstanding shares, it now means that we assume that the outstanding shares, you do some calculations with the share price, and then I discovered that the outstanding shares is around $103 million. So when you take that figure, right, and then you assume that those outstanding shares remain the same, you can find out, or you can at least estimate
the possible value of their shares.
Well, what Flutterwave's value will be after an IPO. So after I did all that, I discovered that, okay, if the IPO goes well, like let's say it goes as well as Jumia, right? Because Jumia's share price increased by 31% after the IPO, right? So that means Flutterwave will be worth 3.9 billion after an IPO. So if that happens, that means GB's stake, right, will now be, his stake currently is 12.33% of Flutterwave, right? So if you multiply 12.33% with 3.9 billion, right, that's just $480 million, right?
Can be a billionaire in Naira.
There is already a billionaire in Naira, judging by if we want to trust speech books numbers. So even after the IPO, it just means it will be about $100 million richer or something. So no billionaires yet.
I think the IPO should come first before we start discussing that. But press is, we need to get something sensational to talk about every now and then.